A convicted sex offender has an active role in a living facility the courts ordered him to stay away from. Good evening, I'm Jennifer Piñate.
And I'm Chad Mira. Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. In a knwa investigation, our Clarissa Bustamante connects Angel Floro to a Bentonville Independent Living Center. She joins us now in studio with our top story tonight. And Clarissa, what's the significance of all this?
Well, Chad, Jennifer, this man, Angel Floro, pleaded guilty to sexually assaulting 2 residents at his business, Better Home Living. The place was shut down, he went to jail, and now the Better Home Living building operates under a new name that claims to have no ties to him. But city and state documents show differently.
Are you guys owned by the same people?
No.
So who owns this facility?
I cannot tell you.
Home Sweet Home Independent Living, a new name for a building shut down by the Department of Human Services after its owner pleaded guilty to sexually assaulting 2 residents. The facility claiming it's in the clear after changing its name and switching from an assisted living facility to an independent one.
There's no more issue, okay? It's been done, it's done. It's owned.
But searching through city documents, we found Angel Floro still owns the land the business sits on. And documents from the Arkansas Secretary of State clearly list Floro as incorporator and organizer of Home Sweet Home, indicating he still has an active role in the business. Yet, the new facility still denies any ties to the level 2 sex offender.
Is Angel Floro at all involved in this facility?
No, he's not anymore. He's out of the business.
After going to jail for assaulting the women, Floro was ordered by the court to not have any contact with 904 Southeast Residence Way, regardless of the name it's under. Benton County Prosecutor Nathan Smith tells us Floro is currently serving his 12 years of probation, and if he does step foot on the property and it's proved, he's violating court orders and his probation. This leaves it up to the judge to send him back to jail or impose additional conditions of probation supervision. This isn't the first time we've reported on Floro and the facilities he's owned. To check out my previous story on Floro, head to our website. That's nwahomepage.com. Live in studio, Clarissa Bustamante, knwa Northwest Arkansas News.
Now to a developing story tonight. A bicyclist is in the hospital after being hit by a car earlier this evening.
According to Sergeant Tony Murphy with the Fayetteville Police Department, the person was riding on an e-bike on Arkansas Avenue when the collision happened. Murphy says the cyclist was conscious but did not specify the injuries. Making headlines, Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton appeared on CNBC this morning to discuss the latest in Washington as Congress continues its impeachment inquiry after transcripts of the call between President Donald Trump and the Ukrainian president were released. A whistleblower claimed the president abused his power by asking the president of Ukraine to investigate former Vice President Joe Biden and his son. The president maintains his innocence. When asked if the accusations were grounds for removal from office, Senator Cotton defends the president.
The transcript has been released publicly. I and members of the Intelligence Committee have reviewed the whistleblower complaint. I believe it's probably going to be released publicly in the next few days. I don't see why it can't be, with appropriate redactions for a few classified matters. And what's apparent is there's no quid pro quo that the president asked for anything in return for U.S. aid to Ukraine.
Cotton also commented on the U.S.-Japan trade deal, saying the new agreement could be a gold standard for digital goods. Despite the thousands of people enjoying bikes, blues, and barbecue, a downtown shop says it's actually bad for her business.
Yeah, an associate at Cheap Thrills told us a lot of people who might typically try to shop there will actually avoid the area during the motorcycle rally. But she says the store is still open, has plenty of parking, and isn't that hard to get to if you take a slight detour.
We try to take it in our stride. It does affect downtown for sure, but we're trying to be positive, and we welcome everyone who's in town to come and shop.
She said they have managed to get in a few shoppers from Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue this week. If you're heading out to Dixon Street, take a look at this map. The Fayetteville Police Department outlining the different areas you can park, detours you can take around the Dixon Street venue. Also take note that Dixon Street from North Gregg Avenue to St. Charles Street is for motorcycle traffic only. That's from 4 to midnight today, and then again from 9 a.m. to 2 a.m. Friday and Saturday.
New at 10 tonight, John Brown University is celebrating its centennial birthday during its homecoming this weekend, and there is more to celebrate for the private university. At the Next Century campaign celebration dinner tonight, Vice President for University Advancement, Dr. Jim Kroll, announced the university's 7-year fundraising campaign exceeded its $125 million goal by $31 million, receiving a total of $156 million in gifts and pledges.
We are grateful for the support that we received. 9,000 people have contributed to the campaign. We've been able to build 8 different facilities as part of that. We have raised about $42 million in annual and endowed scholarships for students.
This was the first JBU campaign that included estates for future gifts, which account for over $30 million. Many of that will go toward future scholarships.
Students are getting a first-hand look at how to enhance economic development in downtown Rogers. 6 seniors from Rogers High School have partnered with the Rogers-Lowell Area Chamber of Commerce for a project to identify ways to promote the downtown area that's attractive to new businesses and new patrons. This is phase 2 of the project, and the students have been gathering data, evaluating alternatives, and finding possible solutions.
I think we've learned how to work together, in realistic problems such as businesses. We go to businesses and we don't even know what they're facing. So all of these businesses don't have a lot of good financial outcomes, so we're trying to change that for them for the better.
The third and final phase will include a formal presentation in October from the students on their ideas and proposed solutions.
Several states have a stand your ground law in place, but even after this past legislative session, Arkansas is not one of them.
In a special report, how that law could have affected minorities across the natural states as your KNWA News at 10 continues. But first, let's take a look at that forecast. Melissa, much quieter tonight than what we were seeing just 24 hours ago.
Yeah, we had an intense line of storms move through this morning. Now we've got some quiet weather for the rest of those bikes, blues, and barbecue for the most part. There is a chance of storms over the weekend. We'll highlight the timing on that and the warming trend in your forecast next.
You're watching KNWA News at 10 with Jennifer Pinate, Chad Mira, Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff, and your Pig Trail Nation report with Drew Ammon. Closed captioning is sponsored by Air Control.
Friday on KNWA Today, the top local headlines you need to start your day. Plus, our coverage continues of bikes, blues, and barbecue, one of the biggest motorcycle rallies in the country.
Plus your morning forecast and your bus stop forecast. We'll see you in the morning.
Jennifer Pinate, nominated for a Mid-America Chapter Regional Emmy Award.
Hank's Fabulous Fall Sale with our best-selling name brand furniture at the best prices of the year. The selection is great and the discounts are even greater. The Fabulous Fall Sale.
Right now at Hank's. Fine furniture.
I see 2010 now. I compare it to an old TV that I have at home and versus the new TV that I just got a few months ago, and it's so different. That's how I see right now. I mean, I never imagined I could see this good.
Hank's Fabulous Fall Mattress Sale with famous brand bedding from Serta, Simmons, and Kingstown at savings of 25% or more. Fabulous Fall Mattress Sale.
Right now at Hank's. Fine furniture.
Now, your Weather Authority forecast with meteorologist Melissa Hall.
Did you wake up to the storms last night? Well, many of us across the area did because they were so loud. I know literally everyone in my house, except me, did wake up. Look at the show that was put on. This shot coming in from Zachary Hall, one of our storm spotters. No relation, but great photographer. Another great photographer, Charles Peak. Look at this lightning. And there was a lot of lightning out there, and that thunder was intense as well. And if you look at the time lapse from this morning, we did still have to deal with those elements through the mid-morning. We had some fog. That rain moved in overnight, and then the sun came out. What a gorgeous finish to the day. It ended up being great forecast for Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue now, but not overnight last night, because we did take in over 1.5 inches of rain in Fayetteville and Bentonville. Some spots got over 2 inches of rain. Now, the system, it broke apart as it moved to the southeast. So Fort Smith, just around 1 inch of rain, but not quite there. And like I mentioned, a lot of lightning with this. So it was a noisy system, but you saw how it died out the further south it went. So things did calm down, and through the day, it was ended up being a fantastic afternoon. But those rain totals were on the strong side for many, 3-4 inches across the area, and you can see some of those totals here. Now, we don't have a severe weather risk for us right now. Things are going to be calm, but by Saturday, we do have a marginal risk that's going to be over pretty much the entire area. Now, the models have the stronger storms right now staying to the northwest, but that doesn't mean that the track couldn't shift. And here's what we're watching. We've got high pressure that's set up across us, so very summer-like pattern. And when you see this 7-day forecast, it is so summer-like. Those temperatures back into the 90s. And that heat index value, it's going to make things feel even hotter because we do have high pressure that's built over the area again. So lots of sunshine, but we are watching a new front that's going to be pushing down to the southeast. And as it does, those storm chances are going to come back into play. Now, not to finish the work week, Friday is going to be a fantastic Friday. It's going to be early Saturday morning, and we'll keep those chances around through the afternoon. It's been a great night, though, so if you got out to the Luke Combs concert, I had friends that were out there. Temperatures have started to cool down, but they're not bad. We're in the upper 60s, most of us. We still have a few low 70s out there, but with those temperatures cooling down, we could have some patchy fog tonight. Something we haven't lost is those dew points and that wind. It was very breezy with that front today, and tomorrow going to be very breezy again. And with those breezy conditions, it's going to stay warm. So even though we wake up in the 60s with that potential for some fog in those valleys that are protected and they don't have that wind, well, by tomorrow afternoon, we're back into the mid to upper 80s. That wind doesn't die down, and on Saturday, those storms, like I said, they look like they're going to be holding off and not making it to our area, but we do have that 30% chance for northwest Arkansas. That's one of the only rain chances we have on this forecast. This is great. We're back to a nice sunny forecast. Seems like the last several weeks, all I've been able to give you are forecasts that are full of rain chances. Not this one. We have them for Saturday morning. We've got them for next Thursday, but we got a lot of sunshine. The bad news is we've got that heat back again. So I hope you haven't put up your summer clothes just yet, because we're not done with summer. We're in fall, but not feeling fall-like.
Yeah, we did put up some fall decorations already, though. We just went for it. We couldn't wait any longer.
I mean, fall has started.
Right.
Maybe it doesn't feel like it, but it is here. So
that is right.
Might as well decorate, right?
Thank
Have
you.
fun with
Exactly.
it. Yes. All right, Melissa, thank you. Well, Arkansas football getting set to head to AT&T Stadium in Arlington to face Texas A&M.
It's going to be an exciting weekend, that's for sure. Coming up, what the Hogs offense needs to do to have success against the Aggies tonight.
It's everything Northwest Arkansas. Like the Good Day NWA Facebook page now.
Thank you for making McClarty Daniel Ford the #1 volume Ford dealer in Northwest Arkansas. With your help, we give back to amazing local charities. Come choose your new F-150 or shop online at bentonvilleford.com.
Patients frequently come to me with a pretty personal question. Is there any way to truly eliminate embarrassing bad breath and prevent it from returning? That's when I tell them about Smart Mouth. Beating bad breath means neutralizing the real source of bad breath, sulfur gas. Activated Smart Mouth eliminates existing sulfur gas and blocks the production of new sulfur gas. No sulfur gas, no bad breath.
Smart Mouth. Never have bad breath. Our lowest prices and payments of the year are finally here at Crane Hyundai. During our year-end sales event, get a new 2019 Sonata as low as $16,999. New Tucson start at only $19,455. Your trade-in values have never been higher, and payments have never been lower when you get 0% for 72 months financing on a lineup of new Santa Fe's, Elantras, and more. Plus, you'll get America's best warranty and Hyundai Assurance. Come see how we are Arkansas driven. Crane Hyundai in Fayetteville, Bentonville, and Fort Smith.
It's a sale you don't want to miss. Carpet One's 60 months free financing sale. Now get 60 months interest free on select carpets and floors. That's on top of sale prices store-wide. 60 months to pay interest free on select carpet, hardwood, and luxury vinyl. 60 months to pay on an outstanding selection of colors, styles, and brands. 60 months to pay on installation, too. Save hundreds with sale prices and hundreds more with free financing. Don't miss Carpet One's 60 months free financing sale.
With the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed, Furniture Row's 4-day super sale has something for everyone. That's 4 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Shop sofas, dining sets, bedrooms, and mattresses. And save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. No limit. Plus, make your cash go further with 4 years no-interest financing. The 4-day super sale, only at Furniture Row. Hurry, sale ends Monday the 30th.
Thank you for making McClarty Daniel Ford the #1 volume Ford dealer in Northwest Arkansas. With your help, we give back to amazing local charities. Come choose your new F-150 or shop online at BentonvilleFord.com.
This week, Fallon is live. What? And tonight, Jimmy has SNL's Michael Che and Colin Jost, Dove Cameron, Robert Irwin, and Carole King performs. Plus, Jimmy goes head-to-head with Jack White. The Tonight Show, live, tonight on NBC.
Now, from Fayetteville, high on the hill, this is your Pig Trail Nation Report. Sponsored by Crane Automotive Team.
Arkansas's offense is in the middle of the pack in the SEC when you look at yards per game, averaging about 440 yards. They were pretty balanced against Colorado State, but San Jose State is a different story. 356 yards passing, but only 131 yards on the ground. Texas A&M's passing defense, well, they're second in the conference, only allowing 165 yards per game. So the Hogs need to find a way to get back at being balanced and then try to put up some points against the Aggies.
Everybody from the front seven to the secondary, you know, they all stand out. You know, we can't go in there and take anybody lightly, take any of them lightly. Just have to go out there, execute the game plan, and, you know, just put the pass behind us.
They do a really good job. They have a really good scheme. They're going to be a big challenge for us. I think, you know, last year, looking back at our game last year, we got off to a slow start, but once we kind of settled in, we felt like we, you know, did some good things. So, again, it's all about starting fast and finishing strong.
Four of the last 5 meetings between Arkansas and Texas A&M have been decided by 7 points, 3 of them in overtime. This matchup, regardless of record or ranking, for whatever reason, this game has always been competitive. The Aggies are favored by 23 points, but head coach Jimbo Fisher just wants his guys to execute the game plan.
We just want a very consistent performance. We want a dominating performance in how we execute. That's what. And we're not. I mean, that's an SEC football team that's 2-2, and this is a rivalry game, and they have good players, and they're on scholarship, and we're on scholarship, and it's going to be 2 good teams that'll play and participate and go. And like I say, if we dominate, that's great. If we play, we just got to play well. My goal is to play well in the game, and that's what we have to do.
The Southwest Classic, Arkansas and Texas A&M Saturday at 11 a.m. on ESPN. Arkansas men's basketball first practice earlier this week. Today, they opened the doors to our cameras to get a look at the team under Coach Musselman. Biggest observation for me, a lot of movement, a lot of game action scenarios. They're small, but really using that ball movement and shooting to counteract that. After practice, we sat down with some of the guys to see how this team is coming together.
It's going pretty good so far. So far, so good. We just getting chemistry with each other, getting to know each other better, and just hoping we can just buy in together and make this thing rock.
It's going to be really exciting, knowing that we ended the way that we didn't want to end, especially in the NIT, knowing that we get a chance to go back out there and prove ourselves again this year is real big for us, so I'm really excited.
Well, first chance for fans to see this team in action next Saturday, October 5th, for the Red-White game at Barnhill Arena. Make sure to dig out your throwback basketball gear because it is going to be a fun afternoon. It's free for the public, and tip-off is at 3 p.m. That's going to do it for your Big 12 Nation report.
Park Hill, the clinic for women, has a new vision. Complete care of women in Northwest Arkansas.
So at Smile Shop, we are specialist pediatric dentists. We understand how to treat and diagnose and work with nervous kids. We want kids to smile from the inside out. We want them to have a pretty smile that they want to use.
Now's the time to buy at Fayetteville Auto Park. Time for 2019 clearance pricing on all our new vehicles with discounts up to $15,000 off. Up to 110% of Kelley Blue Book value for your trade. Plus, we pay your sales tax. Fayetteville Auto Park has them all. Toyota, Honda, Chevy, and Acura. All with 2019 clearance savings at Fayetteville Auto Park. West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. FayettevilleAutoPark.com.
Friendship Community Care offers a wide array of services for individuals with developmental disabilities and behavioral health needs. Our statewide community waiver support services includes assisting with independent living skills, medication adherence, transportation, and much more. Friendship also offers school-based and outpatient counseling to address behavioral and mental health needs that include individual and family therapy, as well as our 5-day-a-week adult day program. Friendship Community Care, putting it all together.
Our lowest prices and payments of the year are finally here at Crane Hyundai. During our year-end sales event, get a new 2019 Sonata as low as $16,999. New Tucson start at only $19,455. Your trade-in values have never been higher and payments have never been lower when you get 0% for 72 months financing on a lineup of new Santa Fe's, Elantras, and more. Plus, you'll get America's best warranty and Hyundai Assurance. Come see how we are Arkansas driven. Crane Hyundai in Fayetteville, Bentonville, and Fort Smith.
How do I use better than bouillon? I just add a spoonful to my marinades.
To stir fries?
Sauces.
Just whisk it in.
Brush it on.
Saute. It adds a cooked all day taste.
That doesn't take all day.
Better than bouillon. Don't just make it better.
You're not holding it by the legs, are you? No, I'm not.
Gorilla Glue.
Of course.
Gorilla Glue is incredibly strong and versatile, even outdoors, for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Ever since I was 5 years old, it's been all about football. It's been about running, jumping, blocking, tackling. I had terrible foot issues that prevented me from really having a normal life with my kids. With the good feet, our supports, man, I'm always ready. My kids actually got to enjoy me in the yard more, racing each other, backpedaling, teaching them some things, being a dad.
Try them for yourself with a free arch support fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Here at Pigtails and Crew Cuts,
we love football!
And we would love to say,
Go team!
To all the local sports teams.
Your team for Northwest Arkansas News on KNWA. You're watching KNWA News at 10.
An Arkansas lawmaker failed to pass the Stand Your Ground law this past legislative session. And now some people in our community are saying that was for the best.
KNWA's Inkarika Azuka talked to a local civil rights leader about what the new law could have meant for minorities here in the natural state.
And it doesn't take much to look on the local news every night and see how many black kids, black boys, black men are being killed with these stand your ground defenses.
In March, Arkansas State Senator Stephanie Flowers of Pine Bluff went viral after an emotional protest of a proposed stand your ground bill. She believes it's a way for people to get away with murder.
I'm the only person here of color, okay? I am a mother, too. And I have a son. And I care as much for my son as y'all care for y'all.
State Senator Bob Ballinger of Berryville wrote the measure and says it's not a license to kill.
If you are in the right place, you're not committing any crimes, you're where you're allowed to be, you're not the aggressor, then you have the right to defend yourself if you're threatened with lethal force, and you don't have an obligation to retreat.
These states have adopted stand your ground laws with national attention on Florida, where in July 2018, 47-year-old white man Michael Draca fatally shot an unarmed black man, 28-year-old Marquise McLaughlin, after a dispute over a parking space.
He did what he thought he had to do in the moment, in split-second timing, given that he was attacked.
In August, Draca was found guilty of manslaughter despite arguing a stand your ground defense.
That's clear evidence that stand your ground doesn't give you a license to murder. People are still getting arrested for murder.
The current Arkansas self-defense law states, in part, a person is justified in using deadly force upon another person if they reasonably believe that the person is about to commit a felony involving force. However, a person may not use deadly physical force in self-defense if they know they can avoid it by retreating. To Senator Ballinger, it's not enough.
Our self-defense law requires you to retreat if you can retreat in, quote, complete safety. And so what it does is it leaves kind of a gray area. And so if you use force in order to protect yourself, you may actually be in violation of the law, and you can still be prosecuted for manslaughter, murder, whatever.
I feel that this law is frivolous, and I feel that it's very harmful.
Senate Bill 484 did not get out of committee, which local civil rights activist DeAndre Jones appreciates.
Stand your ground is one of those laws that it's been researched to prove that it definitely adversely impacts African Americans.
Whether you're an African American, Native American, Caucasian, whatever you are, it is something that empowers you to protect yourself.
Jones says the law wouldn't be fair, stating history shows black men are often seen as a threat due to stereotypes.
I think it puts black men as a target. I really do. I think it makes us more of a target because now I can defend myself against someone who I've been told is going to harm me.
So are these laws needed in the natural state?
Why stand your ground in Arkansas? What research have we done to prove that this is something that we need to do in Arkansas?
It is a simple natural right. So I think that, I think it's a question of the Second Amendment and of your natural liberty to protect yourself. So, I think that it's really hard to support and be a Republican if you're not willing to take a stand on rights like this.
Ballinger says he's disappointed the bill didn't pass, stating it shouldn't be a partisan issue. Senator Flowers later apologized for the delivery of her viral speech, but not the message.
My outburst and the words I used, God will judge me. And I'll accept his judgment. But I hope he's well pleased.
Now, Senator Ballinger said he never meant for this bill to become as controversial as it did. He plans on reintroducing it during the 2021 legislative session and says he's open to suggestions on improving it. Now, I went through a gun safety class to see what it takes to learn how to properly handle a gun. You can watch that now on our website. That's nwahomepage.com. In studio, in Kirikazuka, KNWA, Northwest Arkansas News.
Well, rainy night last night, but today much better off. So will it hold off for the rest of the weekend for Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue?
I sure hope it does. There's so many out there having fun on their motorcycles. Meteorologist Melissa Hall is back after the break with another check of your weather.
Smokin' Joe's Rib House is proud to sponsor the Fox 24 News.
Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value.
Time that!
You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or 6-inch Philly plus tots for $2.99.
Here at Volt Vision, people is at the heart of everything we do. I want your vision to be so clear that it's really better than 20/20, so every little detail of life comes into focus.
Lewis Automotive Group in Northwest Arkansas for over 70 years. Visit our website to view current inventory and specials.
I'm a go-getter. I want to advance my career. I need a prestigious degree program I can afford. Courses designed by nationally recognized faculty and a state-of-the-art learning environment delivered to my screen on my schedule. I'm ready to earn my degree, get my diploma, and take my career to the next level. I can do this now, for me.
The University of Arkansas Online, for the go-getters.
It's not what we ride that defines us. It's what happens along the way. We may not know where the ride will take us, but one thing's for sure. With the Law Tigers, you never ride alone. If you're injured in a motorcycle accident, call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS. Arkansas's motorcycle lawyers.
Hey, Northwest Arkansas. Are you looking for a custom piece of furniture? Maybe a sofa in that specific fabric you just love? Well, Sam's Furniture is the place for you. We've got over 50 living room styles available in hundreds of custom fabrics. You can even select your own wood color, nail head trim, arm styles, and so much more. All custom orders are made in America and can ship in as little as 30 days. For all your custom furniture needs at guaranteed lowest prices, shop Arkansas's largest furniture destination. Get it at Sam's.
First 6-function multi-pro tailgate, available only on the next generation GMC Sierra. Step up to GMC and get over $10,000 total value on this next generation Sierra. Tailgate like a pro. GMC.
Name one other restaurant that makes their barbecue with brown sugar bacon and sauce with Kentucky bourbon that's been aged in charred oak barrels. Charred oak barrels, people. And we have a drive-thru. Arby's, we have the meat.
Sonic's got all my fair faves.
Cheddar peppers, 99-cent corn dogs, Oreo a la mode. But there's no chicken on the fair faves menu, right?
No. Why do you ask?
No reason. You're safe.
Hurry in. Fair faves start at 99 cents and order ahead for happy hour anytime.
Welcome back. Heading into a weekend. It's been kind of a rainy week, but we're getting ready for a dry spell here.
We are on the up and up with the forecast. I mean, we're done with the work week almost. We got finally Friday coming tomorrow, and we're almost done with the rain. We do have some rain chances early Saturday, Chad, Jennifer. When you look at the 7-day forecast, we could have some strong storms, but that's just at a 30% chance. So we are being very optimistic that we're going to miss those and just have nothing but a fantastic weekend. And look at this forecast. Sunshine almost every single day. We actually even have October the 1st on it, but you notice something? It's not feeling very October-y outside. Back into the upper 80s, overnight lows. We don't shut the heat off then. We're starting the day in the 70s, and that humidity is going to be coming back, so it's going to be feeling like it's in the 90s again.
Summer doesn't want to let go.
No.
We're ready for fall. You've set up decorations at your house already.
I'm ready, yeah.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
We all are.
All right, hopefully soon we get those cooler temps. All right, thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow, 5, 6, and 10. Have a good night.